stay-at-home dad, watching Disney movies he never had. His daughter digs through all the VHS, crushing the classics in a princess dress. Informed like Scuttle, Kurt's got your ticket, making it real like Jiminy Cricket. Most are off the Captain Hook, but if the Tweedledum, he'll be taking more shots than Bambi's mom. Leave him raised like Simba, or cracked like the beast dishes. He'll show you a whole new world, you won't need pre-wishes. Stay-at-home Disney dad.
Okay, I grew up with the Inspector Gadget cartoon and I loved it. I was like 8, I don't know. And while I have made it my life's mission to relive my childhood through cartoons and toys I never had back then, I have never gone back and rewatched a single episode of Inspector Gadget. Would I love it now? Probably not, but I'm gonna leave the memories alone. No, I'm not. Let's look this up. Yowzers! Okay, Ferris Bueller in the Happy Meal toy sensation, Inspector Gadget 1999, usual ads, nothing we haven't seen before. Then, we are invited to stay after the movie to enjoy the full music video of Youngstown's I'll Be Your Everything from the movie, and hell yes, I will stay and watch that. Look at these guys. God, as far as boy bands go, even O-Town would be like, damn, you guys are lame. Feature presentation. Coolest Disney castle open I've seen in a while. It's like a gear. That was awesome. We start with the iconic Inspector Gadget theme song, and thank you for that. Many an elementary school mornings were spent watching this cartoon. And oh, remember when they made like toys out of these characters back in the day? And they made Dr. Claw, and instead of just a chair and an arm and a cat, they released this. What the f*** is this? This hurt more than like when Twin Peaks revealed who killed Laura Palmer. This was like a bigger letdown than Mr. McMahon revealing himself as the higher power. This sucked more than every season of Lost after season 1. Anyway, we start. Matthew Broderick is a cool cop walking the beat. He saves a bunch of kids from a runaway bus. He catches a dog. He gets a hug from someone's mom. All while the real Matthew Broderick probably daydreams that he's starring in Ferris Bueller 2 at this point. Oh, he wakes up. It was a dream. He's not really a hero. His daughter? That's got to be his niece Penny, right? Owner of the original smartwatch. Wants to take him to bring your dad to school day. And I guess he was there 2 years ago and he said in 2 years he'd be a full cop and not just a security guard. But it's 2 years later and he's not a cop. He's still a security guard. He's embarrassed, so he's not going to go to take your dad to school day or whatever. We are now in a secret laboratory. Some lady created an invention that cures paralysis or something. This is a lot off the top. It works, then it doesn't. She figures out it's animated by will and not brain. What does that even mean? Okay, let's go. We see Dr. Claw's hand and the cat. This is all I want. Give it to me. Okay, Ferris is a security guard at this lady's lab. He hits on her in the parking lot, and she's not interested at all. Just wait till you're a cyborg, bro. Women love cyborgs. Claw sees she's out of the lab and says, "Release the hounds." And I'm not sure if he actually said that or if I just wrote that. But like to channel Mr. Burns, but I feel like he probably did say that in the movie because there are Simpsons references and straight up footage all over this movie. Ferris is explaining to the scientist that he wants to be a cop. She forgot her keys in the office and goes back inside. Claw's clawmobile comes speeding through the parking lot and crashes through a wall. It steals the prosthetic foot from the lab, and that's bad. Security Ferris hops in his car and he takes off after the clawmobile to get the foot back. Boy, oh boy, if I can get the foot back, that pretty doctor will have to sleep with me, which is something I've oddly said myself more than once. There's a giant Yahoo billboard. That was fun. Remember Yahoo? Remember Inspector Gadget? Remember Matthew Broderick? So much today. Anyway, Ferris gets blown up and he's in a full body cast, and oh yeah, that girl wasn't his daughter, it was his niece. Was it Bring Your Uncle to School Day? Sherry O'Terry pops up. Holy cow, and the surgeons use power tools to try to put them back together again. They are overacting. Wow, do they overact. Everyone overacts. We see Dr. Claw. Like the person, his face. He also got blown up and now he has a claw for his hand. That's a little on the nose. Now he names himself Claw. One name, like Madonna. He looks like Clampy from Futurama, or Buster. And I don't want to see Dr. Claw's face. Dr. Claw never did any of his own dirty work. He had an army of bumblers that carried out his deeds, and then they went to jail while Claw got away at the end of every episode. Cable Guy wakes up and he's a cyborg. Hijinks as he bumbles with his new robot parts, tries to figure it out. Matthew Broderick has to stand there and pretend he doesn't remember anything as they explain he's now a robot man and part of a new breed of policemen. Wasn't supposed to be like this, Matthew Broderick. Wasn't supposed to be like this. Poor guy. In exchange for this surgery, he became the first cyber cop, and if I know anything about RoboCops, he's gonna start shooting dudes in the dick or get into pro wrestling. So next we got a bunch of fake science talk to explain how he's a cyborg, and it's all nonsense. And Claw is running tests on humans as well, or cyborgs. They are, I swear, playing Harry Potter music in the background of this scene. Back at the regular lab, they reveal his uniform. It's the classic Gadget suit. We get a symphonic version of the theme song, and that was fun. We are now out in the field, and the Dr. Scientist lady is giving him instructions on how to use his new suit, and she explains you have to say, "Go, go, Gadget," before anything, and he bumbles, and he sprays her with toothpaste. Now he's being trained by a monk. We see his arm extend and grab the monk's testicles, and then the monk's gurneyed out with ice on his crotch. Good stuff, Disney. Good stuff. Highbrow. Dr. Science lady shows Gadget his Gadget car. It has all the bells and whistles. He says, the car is incredible. Hot Doctor explains, no, it is a he. Oh, he thought it was a she. Okay, he thought the car was a girl, but no, it's a boy because it's talking in a boy's voice. Did the actual Gadget Mobile ever talk in the cartoon? No, it totally didn't. It wasn't Kit. Anyway, his car wants him to admit that he has the hots for Hot Doctor in this scene. Is going nowhere. He gets out to do some good cop stuff, but he's an idiot and he actually helps some escaped convicts try to steal a car, but the Gadget Mobile knows what's up and it steps in, and by itself, this car nabs the bad guys while Gadget bumbles all over the street. Like, okay, I get it, but if I may, while this is like the cartoon where Inspector Gadget was an idiot and Penny, his niece, did all the hard work that he would get credit for at the end of every episode, but the reason that worked is because as a kid, you watched the show and it validated that you were smarter than the dumb adults. And I think that was a lot of the core appeal of the show. Adults were idiots. I assumed animated Inspector Gadget was like 40. Here, Broderick looks 25, so that key dynamic is broken. Plus, in the cartoon, Gadget was a bumbling old man. Like, it wasn't the technology that made him a bumbler. He was a bumbler with technology. In this movie so far, it's the technology that's made Matthew Broderick a bumbler, and I don't know. I missed a bunch while I was typing that rant, but now there are some black tie affair, and Dr. Claw's there, but he's like undercover Dr. Claw, and Hot Doctor and Gadget are exchanging pleasantries with him. They don't know this is the bad guy. He's just some rich dude. Claw calls him Dr. Gizmo, and that's pretty funny. Gadget leaves his ear on a statue so he can eavesdrop on them, and of course that fails. Claw asks the doctor to join him at his evil science lab. Now that she's done with the Gadget program, she's flattered. She tells Gadget about the job offer and go Gadget friend zone. In case you missed it, or you're not laughing, I said go Gadget friend zone. Proud of that, okay? That's a good joke. The police station is on Why Worry Street. Is the Gadget Mobile voiced by Kenan Thompson? I feel like Kenan Thompson should be all over this movie. Gadget asks the captain, when do I get to do real police work? And the captain's like, you're not a real police officer. You're a publicity stunt. We have to put up with you until I can sell you at a garage sale piece by piece. And damn, if that isn't word for word what my own boss wrote on my last review. Claw got the Gadget files, and I think he's building his own gadget. He built his own computer chip and plugs it into his own gadget and says, "Chips ahoy." He asks Evil Gadget what he's going to do now that he's alive, and Evil Gadget says, "I'm going to kick some butt." Gadget steals some evidence and secretly looks it over in a bathroom stall, like the good one. He's going to do real police work if they want him to or not. Evil Gadget is now walking around torching things like burning the city, and we get a hard cut to the real Gadget driving around with Penny and Brain in his Gadget Mobile blaring All-Star. He found the initials SI on the evidence he stole, and he thinks he's got a lead. The news is reporting Inspector Gadget's gone berserk, causing chaos downtown. Time for the real Gadget to clear his name, but he can only bumble forward. Real Gadget breaks into the secret lab and finds the stolen foot. Now there's a robot double of Brenda, the hot Dr. Scientist. Holy doppelganger, Batman, don't laugh at that. Evil robot Brenda is like 90% cleavage. There's a weird edit where Gadget gets the foot but then falls into the machine and everything breaks and the alarm goes off, waking up the evil security guard, and they cut to a legit clip of The Simpsons, of Homer Simpson waking up in his office. That was weird. On the roof, Robo Brenda lets it slip that the bad guy built her technology from the stolen foot, and then she does a backflip off the roof. Okay. The bad guys have captured Gadget, and they say, I think someone has been watching too many Saturday morning cartoons, and they stare into the camera, but then it cuts to the evil guard's henchman perspective, which was like the Who Shot Mr. Burns joke. They're doing mechanical tweaks on the real Inspector Gadget while the fake one is out on the street tossing around. Claw pulls out Gadget's chip and tells the guard to dump the idiot in the junkyard, and then the guard tries to toss Andy Dick, Claw's other underling, in the junkyard, and that's funny because Andy Dick is a real life idiot. Brenda hops in the Gadget mobile with Penny and Brain to figure out what's going on. Evil Gadget breaks into the police station to kill the chief. Broderick is doing way better acting as evil Gadget. Overacting with this character works, but not the main guy. He busts out of the cop station, and the worst cover of Wild Thing plays. There's a shot of evil Gadget stomping through the city like Godzilla, but to make sure we get the joke, to bang it over our heads, we get a shot of Japanese people running as Gadget shoots fire behind them. Penny goes to the scrapyard and finds the real Gadget. Dr. Scientist Brenda says he doesn't have the chip, so he's useless. But Penny says no, he doesn't need the chip. He's got heart. No, kid, I think he needs the chip. Did you try a slow clap? Perhaps a slow clap. Are we in the third act death scare already? No, he does pop out of it. He didn't need the chip. He has heart. All right, let's go to the Gadget versus Gadget showdown and bring it home. Did they ever make a toy of the Gadget mobile back in the 80s, like the original cartoon? Good Lord. Okay, I can remember being super young and seeing a Gadget-like doll at a toy store. The thing was massive and expensive. My mom said no. I wonder if I can find it on eBay. It's probably worth, yeah, not bad. Okay, here we go. It's good. Gadget versus bad Gadget. Lots of physical comedy and action that I don't want to track. Again, Matthew Broderick as evil Gadget is awesome. Broderick is as good Gadget is so forced goofy it's somehow bland and missing its mark though. Now Brenda tries to beat up Dr. Claw, but he clamps her. Clamp, shabam! He asks Brenda what's new, and she goes, well, you killed my father. Well, that's funny. They're taking Brenda to the roof, so good Gadget tries to leave bad Gadget to save Brenda, but they end up fighting on the Brooklyn Bridge, which is so Spider-Man. Penny breaks into the bad guy's lab, and the guard pulls a gun on her. Pulls a gun on this child. That's something you don't see anymore. But she uses her charm on this creepy old dude. Brain the dog rips off Dr. Claw's underwear. Cool. Gadget, good Gadget finds a do not pull lever on bad Gadget. He pulls it and bad Gadget's head falls clean off. He holds the head and the head says, hey, come on, we should be partners. Gadget tells the head he should have quit. Well, he was ahead. And that line makes me appreciate Bruce Campbell. Bruce Campbell can pull off lines like that. Broderick in this role cannot. Claw puts Brenda in a helicopter and they're going to take off from the rooftop. And Gadget pops out his classic hat helicopter to take to the air as well. But then the helicopter shoots a missile at Gadget's helicopter hat, knocks him out of the air. Gadget gets all zen and slow-mo shoots his finger dart and it sabotages the helicopter. And he and Brenda fall out of the sky and he go Gadgets a million things. He doesn't get anything right. And then he lucks out with Go Gadget umbrella right before they hit the ground. They land in a fountain. She crawls on top of him and asks how his auto lubricator function is. And he says, functioning. And she kisses him. Gross. Then Dr. Claw falls out of the sky and lands in the Gadget mobile and they put a jail cell around him. He's been caught. The police want to believe the Dr. Claw guy that Gadget is still bad, but then the security guard minion that fell under Penny's spell tells the whole truth and Claw goes to jail. Claw yells, I'll get you next time, Gadget. And I appreciate that. It ends with Gadget kissing Brenda on the doorstep of their house as the camera pulls out and the music plays. And this scene is so Disney and I love it. Okay, credits. Well, she was a bumpy ride. During the credits, we have the Minion security guard at like an AA meeting for minions or henchmen. And if I knew more about movies and actors, I'm sure these actors played a lot of famous minions and henchmen. And then Brain talks like the dog, and I'm sure that's the voice of either Chief or Gadget from the actual original 80s cartoon. I don't remember. So if you're a big fan of Inspector Gadget, I think this missed the mark. If you were a kid and this was your introduction to the characters, I'm sure it was great. Okay, I almost forgot the music video. I'm gonna stay tuned. At the end of the Caravan Picture logo guy turns into Inspector Gadget and flies away. That was a nice touch. The music video, let's go. I gotta look these guys up. Okay, Youngstown was an American boy band formed December 31st, 1998. The band made up of David D.C. Yeager, Samuel Sammy Lopez Jr., and James D. Dallas is named for the trio's hometown, Youngstown, Ohio. The band's first single, I'll Be Your Everything, was featured in the film soundtrack for Inspector Gadget, and on their debut album, Let's Roll, in February 2000, Disney Channel aired Steps and Youngstown in Concert, a concert featuring Youngstown and another group, Steps. Thanks, Wikipedia. They broke up in 2005. Okay, a lyric is we could do it automatic, just call out Go Go Gadget. That is the lamest double entendre I've ever heard in my life. And I've been alive a long time. There's also backup dancers wearing the trench coats and no pants. I guess that's supposed to be sexy. And now it's just not low-hanging fruit. But the boys in Youngstown look like they're in their 30s. There is a lot going on in this music video. There may be more to talk about with Youngstown than there was for the actual movie, but I am tired.
That's what I think about.
What do you think?
What we have is a concern about Curtis Anderson. His interviewing style is not the best. His personal appearance is not the best. I was wondering if the man has some kind of a hold over the channel that he's allowed to be employed for so long with the standards of journalism and personal appearance that he has.